On March 31st, 1968, just 4 days before his assassination, Martin Luther King Jr. delivered a speech at the National Cathedral in Washington, D.C. Inspired by a previous sermon when he had recited parts of the hymn, "We Shall Overcome," to the interfaith congregation at Temple Israel in Hollywood, California. The resonant line of the folk song, which had become the soundtrack of the struggle for African Americans and all downtrodden people to regain their civil rights, had been repeated several times in that sermon to express not only a hopeful prediction of triumph, but the certainty that in the end, social justice would be inevitable. We shall overcome because the moral arc of the universe is long, but it bends toward justice. Today, our children will be reciting some of that speech and singing the beloved hymn, "We Shall Overcome."
We shall overcome. Deep within my heart, I do believe we shall overcome. You know, I've joined hands so often with students and others behind jail bars singing it. We shall overcome. Sometimes we've had tears in our eyes when we join together to sing it, but we still decide to sing it. We shall overcome. Oh, before this victory is won, some will have to get thrown in jail some more, but we shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. Don't worry about us. Before the victory is won, some of us will lose our jobs, but we shall overcome. Before the victory is won, even some of us will have to face physical death. But if physical death is the price that some must pay to free their children from a permanent psychological death, then nothing shall be more redemptive. We shall overcome. Before the victory is won, some of us will be misunderstood and called bad names, dismissed as rabble-rousters and agitators, but we shall overcome. Shall all be free. We shall all be free. We shall all be free someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall all overcome someday.
And I tell you why we shall overcome. Because the arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends toward justice. We shall overcome because Carlyle is right. No lie can live forever. We shall overcome because William Cullen Bryant is right. Truth crushed to earth will rise again. We shall overcome because James Russell Lowell is right. Truth forever on the scaffold, wrong forever on the throne. Yet that scaffold sways the future, and beyond the dim unknown standeth God within the shadows, keeping watch above his own.
We'll walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday.
Shall overcome because the Bible is right. You shall reap what you sow. We shall overcome. Deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome. And with this faith, we will go out and adjourn the councils of despair and bring new light into the dark chambers of pessimism. and we will be able to rise from the fatigue of despair and to the buoyancy of hope. And this will be a great America. We will be the participants in making it so. And so, as I leave you this evening, I say, walk together, children. Don't you get weary.
We shall overcome. We shall overcome.
We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall